Fairy Tale 334. Okay, I may anger a few people. I may surprise a few people on some of my viewpoints and everything here. But let's go ahead and get started. Before we get to Gray, okay, let's go ahead and get to the first part, which is actually, believe it or not, more surprising to me, is this whole thing with Miliana, which I didn't think was going to lead to anything. Nobody else, you know, the feedback, other reviewers, everybody, this is like a nothing event, Miliana confronting Jalile. And it actually ended up being pretty important. A lot of, I mean, Lil Tira is at a critical point in her character development, right? Having to really face up to, because of the whole idea, do you kill President Rogue and her own history and everything. So to me, it was extremely interesting. Okay, when you piece everything together there, and then of course Kagra, it looked like in the end, you know, sheathing her sword and really seeing how everyone here in a way really is a victim, the way it is, which is pretty crazy, but that's the way because people really actually get to see the whole way everybody's been manipulated and all these other things that are going on, and that there's a massive amount of misdirection. People don't really understand who's really doing or causing a lot of these things. So even Miliana comes to this conclusion because she's like several steps behind. Okay, understanding who actually, you know, did what to Simon. So, okay, let's go to Gray. Wow, there's a lot I want to say here, but I want to keep it kind of somewhat compact here. Okay, I got a message that was like, wow, you may want to do a live reaction to 334 Fairy Tale. And I was like, ooh, okay, something's happened. I didn't think it would be a major character death or anything. I was like, okay, all right. So I actually tried to do it, but of course, as you can tell from the reading, there wasn't anything till the end, and then even if I did a snippet of it, it wouldn't actually be that big a deal because this character, and especially the meshing of Juvia and Gray together, this has been dead for a long time. Okay, Hero is really it's an old joke now. Okay, he turned their relationship into a joke really quick, and then it just became it's become a joke that I see the two together, I wince. I really want to get, the humor, I don't get anything. It's just, I don't even want to deal with it. So the death of Gray doesn't affect me that way. Also, let me point out a few other things. And as far as characters, there's, now Gray's a major character, but like I say, he's really been abandoned and sidelined. And even when they picked in the games, like, here's our strongest team, and I'm like, well, Gray he's an ability. He's there as far as anybody caring about this character or whatever, or it going anywhere. It's nowhere. But anyway, let me just go ahead and point out a couple things. Okay, as far as being characters in general, they're characters. They're not only they're secondary characters. There's like third, fourth, or fifth tier characters that I actually care a lot more about, and specifically as far as like relationship wise. As far as Gray and Juvia, Connell and Bisca. Okay, these two they have their daughter Asuka. That was the little girl that was threatened by Flare when she was finding Lucy. I actually care much more about them, okay, than Gray and Juvia. Than I ever gave a darn about Gray and Juvia. Okay, I'm just flat out going to say that. And these are just characters that are way out there. Okay, as far as the template for what I was hoping was going to go with Gray and Juvia, because to be honest, their abilities complement each other. I thought this had a massive amount of potential. This pairing, this could be extremely, extremely interesting. But it didn't happen. It's a joke, and like I say, it's just a repetitive one at that. So, what is the template for what I really wanted to see? What I really wanted to see was something actually, and I'm just going to throw it out there, is the relationship between Rogue and Sting. Okay? That is what I wanted to see for Gray and Juvia. I don't have a problem with Rogue and Sting the way that things are for them. I have zero problem with it all. My only problem with Sting is, as everybody knows, is he's ended up, just being beyond repair as an individual character. But their relationship between Gray and Sting is what I wanted for them. These two to fight together, to have their complementary abilities. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see for them. Didn't happen. So they've been abandoned. I didn't do it. The author did it. Blame hero. Okay, I'm just saying that's the way it is. Okay. So another thing I want to point out about Gray, whether now it looks like he's dead. That's what it looks like, but maybe not. This is fairy tale. Okay. Another thing I really want to point out, and I think this isn't by accident, is that both Gray and I can't remember his little partner there. Both of them were adopted. Okay, kind of his rival nemesis. Okay, Old Tyr is actually the daughter of So that actual whole entire backstory explaining that was attached to Gray is really Old Tyr. I mean, you get her mother's history from that story. So really, the story of okay, progressing forward in my opinion, isn't Gray or you know. So it's Old Tyr. So even in an arc, even in a story arc, Gray has once again been off to the side. Or off to the side, however you want it. But anyway, this is turning into a kind of a long video. I hope that this is... Now, I realize that some people care about Gray. I don't. There was a lot of potential to begin with. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, move on from this and let everybody else, you know, get their comments and everything about this. But, like I say, I realize some people care about this character, and that's awesome. You can explain why or how. And I'm trying not to be insensitive about it, just express my own honest opinion. Okay, so there we go. Anybody can be an anime fan. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.